Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Kathleen, where Kathleen is teaching me everything that there is to know about being in the kitchen. Today, we have got a quick and easy what that we're bringing to everybody today.
We're gonna bring a cheese beer bread.
Ooh.
And I have been making this, oh gosh, 25 years.
Okay.
It is my son's favorite thing that I make. And I'll make it for his birthday or for Christmas as one of his presents. I mean, because it's just...
And that with the chicken enchilada casserole too, right?
Yes.
That's one of his favorites?
Yes.
Kathleen has a son named Adam, and he is in his mid-30s, and so we haven't I don't think, ever talked about Adam, and a lot of these recipes come from inspiration as to what she made for Adam as he was growing up and things that he liked, and we've been privileged enough to get to taste and learn how to make ourselves because they've become our favorites too, and so Adam definitely has good taste in good food.
My handsome boy.
Yeah, he looks just like Kathleen too.
You think?
I do.
Oh.
I see a lot of you in Adam. And he is a really great guy. He's a super nice guy, and it's been a while since he's been over for a holiday.
Yeah, I miss him.
I bet you do.
But this will be fun making. We're making it for him.
Yeah, Adam, this one's for you. This video is dedicated to you because I know you watch our videos, and so everybody give Adam a thumbs up for all of his great recipes that he makes his mom make for us. All right, well, I say we make an amazing, quick and easy beer bread. Now, this is a beer bread that we should let you all know ahead of time that, yes, we do use beer in this recipe, and there really is no substitution for the beer in this recipe.
Right, because it's the yeast in the beer that activates the bread to rise.
I think most of us know that when we do use alcohol in food and you cook it, it burns off the alcohol. And so unless you really just don't like the taste of beer at all, I think this probably wouldn't be a recipe for you. But I think in the past you really don't even taste it in the beer at all.
Not a lot. Not unless you use a really, like a stout ale or something
like a wheat ale.
Yeah, and if you use a light beer,
which we're using today,
then
you're not going to taste it at all.
It's not bad.
And this is a safe recipe for kids to eat as well, right?
Oh yeah.
I know Allie's going to love it because it has cheese in it and she loves bread, so she'll be happy.
Win-win.
All right, let's get to it.
All right. This is a quick and easy recipe. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm not going to show you all the ingredients separately, but I'll tell you what they are as I put them in the bowl, okay? Here we go. We're going to put 3 cups of flour into the bowl. One teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Now, if you didn't have baking powder, what you could do is have a self-rising flour where the baking powder is already incorporated into the flour. And that's nice to have. If you can have it on hand, you know, and you like the bread, you'll go through a sack of flour in like 3-4 loaves. So it might be worth it if you don't want to keep fresh baking powder to just buy self-rising flour. Now we're adding a mixture from Lowry's. It's their garlic and herb seasoning. A tablespoon. If you wanted to, you can add your own herbs. Say you have a rosemary bush growing in your backyard. Go out, clip it, chop it up fine, add it to the bread. Or if you have parsley or thyme would be wonderful in here. Don't be afraid to add a little spice to your life and be creative. This is a good place to start to be able to do that and to get to know your spices. 2 cups of Colby and Monterey Jack shredded cheese. Now you want to add the cheese before you add the beer, because adding the cheese and mixing it up with the flour will make it so that when we add the beer, the cheese is all the way through the bread. If we did it the other way around, the cheese tends not to incorporate into the bread. It'll be like sunk on the bottom of it, and we don't want that. We want it all through the bread. And my son's favorite part, we chose not to do that this time, is you can cook bacon and crumble it up and add it to the flour also. And then you have a cheese bacon beer bread, which is his favorite. Now we're going to add our can of light beer, or in this case, since it's a big can, we're going to measure 12 ounces into a measuring cup. I'm adding the beer to the bread. Now we're going to take our loaf pan and we're going to give it a light spray of non-stick cooking spray. Okay, and into the pan it goes. And then I'm just going to take it and make sure it's even in the pan. I'm going to take a little bit of our cheese, just lightly sprinkle it over the top. Now we're going to take our stick of margarine or butter, and you can do it one of 2 ways. I know some people who melt it and drizzle it over the top. I kind of like to cut it and just lay the butter on top of the bread. That gives the butter a chance to melt in the oven, and I think it gets into the bread better. Now, I always like to take the loaf pan with the bread in it and put it on a foil-lined cookie tray or sheet tray. That's just in case if the bread rises too much, you don't want the butter to overflow onto the bottom of your oven. I've had that happen and I vowed never again. So I always just put it like this and it'll catch any spills. And if there's spills, you just pick up the foil, bunch it up, throw it away, and you're good to go. So come on over to the oven. We have the rack in the medium oven position, and we're going to slide it in. 375, we're going to check it at 50 minutes and see what it looks like. It might need a full hour, but it might not. So 50 minutes. It's time to check on our bread. Let's take a look. Oh, that is done perfectly. Nice and golden brown, buttery. Before taking it out of the pan, I just like to take a regular knife, butter knife, and I just kind of run it around the sides. Even though we sprayed it real good with Pam or a non-stick cooking spray, there's all that buttery goodness with the cheese, and sometimes it can get a little stuck. And you just take it, flip it upside down, and it's still hot, so you got to be careful. And that's it. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you had smell-o-vision.
Oh, yes.
Look at over here, Kel. Nice little
nice
golden,
crisp.
crispy bits. I love that. We're gonna let it sit about 20 minutes just to kind of cool down a little bit. Even though you want a piece and you want to cut it right now, it'll be better if you let it lose some of its heat. About 20 minutes, and then we'll cut into it. Well, our cheese bread is out of the oven. It's cooled 20 minutes, and now we get to enjoy. Come on in, watch me cut it up. Oh, listen to that crunch. Here we are at the end of our cooking session for today. I absolutely had a phenomenal time.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen.
I
know I say it all the time, but you know what? They are just cherished moments being in the kitchen with you because we get to talk, we get to catch up. To me, that is super important. It's what means the most to me are traditions, and I can only hope that Kayla and Allison and maybe Ray's wife will want to learn some of these recipes and carry them on as well.
That makes my heart so happy.
And that really is the whole purpose of this. You know, so many of you ask, why doesn't Kathleen have her own channel?
No.
And as much as we would love to do it, the idea is just for her to bestow upon me all of the amazing recipes and family recipe traditions that she has. And so to offer, really. And so I am excited actually to try this bread because this is not a bread that I've tried, and it's Adam's favorite, like she said. And so, you know, Adam, thank you for the inspiration behind today's recipe. And I can't wait to see what it is that you love so much.
Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
You know, bud.
Yeah.
And what? It took us like not even 10 minutes to put it together.
I definitely see why Adam likes this.
It's a comfort food. It's a, you know, definitely home. You know what? And I was even thinking, you could like do anything you wanted with this. Like I mentioned, you could put bacon in it. But what if you got some cilantro, chopped it up with the cheese? Could even do a can of green chilies. Or if you wanted it a little spicier, take a jalapeno and split it, take the seeds out, cut it, put it in there. That would be fantastic.
Like a jalapeno beer bread. Oh my word. And then if you just topped this with a spoonful of homemade chili.
Perfect.
And this bread is a dense bread. It's not a light and fluffy bread, so it's one of those breads that will hold together nicely for something as hearty as a chili or a stew, like you said earlier.
It's great for like Super Bowl, when the guys come over and you can just cut it up, put it out with a bowls of chili.
Oh my
or
word.
Stew.
Yay. This was a definite hit, and for 10 minutes of preparation time, you would never know that that's all it took to make this amazing bread.
And in the oven for 50 to 55 minutes.
It was easy peasy. You put it in there and forget about it until your timer goes off.
Exactly.
Thank you again for another amazing day in the kitchen with you.
Thank you for letting me be in your house, your heart.
Kathleen, I love you. You've been amazing over the last few months.
Oh, sweet.
Well, everybody, that's all we have for you for today for In the Kitchen with Kathleen. Please give this video a thumbs up, and let's get this video to 3,000 likes, because those thumbs up, they really do help this series to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice In the Kitchen with Kathleen just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, we hope you have a fantastic day. Happy cooking in your kitchen. And bye for now, everybody.
Bye.